So hello everybody. So I want to make a video to continue on chapter 3, and I'll start at slide 21 where we left off. And there were 4 forms of protection if you have a startup to protect your slides. And what I like to do is go over those. And so these are the 4, right? Even though this is sloppy, you see what I'm saying. So patents, trade secrets, trademarks, and copyright. Okay. And so we'll be going over those. All right. Let me get rid of this drawing here. We got to turn it off. I'm not sure how we turn this off, but okay, so I was able to clear that. So we're going to basically go over those 4 forms. And we said that a patent was intellectual property rights granted for inventions that are useful, novel, and non-obvious, right? So we got that out of the way, right? And trade secrets are intellectual property rights in the form of inventions and information not generally known to others that convey economic advantage to the holders. And then we had trademarks, which were intellectual property rights that allow firms to differentiate, and that's the important word here, differentiate their products and services through the use of unique marks. And then we had copyrights, intellectual property rights to writings in printed and electronic form as CDs and books. You should all be aware of that. Okay, so I think we'll go over each one basically individually. Did is I brought up Wikipedia. I think this may be the easiest place to go to with regard to patents. Some of them are very legalese, so I think this is the best. And what I'll do is just go over this a little bit for a patent. A patent is a form of, and again, you see the words intellectual property. A patent gives its owners the right to exclude others from making, using, selling, and importing an invention for a limited period of time, usually 20 years. I think that's the current time. The patent rights are granted in exchange for an enabling public disclosure of the invention. In most countries, patent rights fall under civil law, and the patent holder needs to sue someone infringing in the patent in order to enforce his or her rights. In some industries, patents are an essential form of competitive advantage, in others they are irrelevant. The procedure for granting patents, requirements placed on the patentee, and the extent of the exclusive rights vary widely between countries according to national laws and international agreements. Typically, I'll skip around. Typically, however, a granted patent application must include one or more claims that define the invention. A patent may include many claims. So I'll scroll up a little, see what else we have here. All right, so here's the definition. The word patent, in case you're interested, originates from the Latin patere, which means to lay open, to make available for public inspection. It is a shortened version of the term letters patent, which was an open document or instrument issued by a monarch or government granting exclusive Hold on, I lost myself. Granting excludes rights to a person predating the modern patent system. Similar grants included land patents, which were land grants by early state governments in the USA, imprinting patents, a precursor of modern copyrights. In modern usage, the term patent usually refers to the rights granted to anyone who invents something new, useful, and non-obvious. And there's those words again, right? Some other types of intellectual property rights are also called patents in some jurisdictions. And again, here's plant breeders, right? Remember I said that I find, so let's go on plant breeders. Also known as plant variety rights, are rights granted to the breeder of a new variety of plant that gives the breeder exclusive control over the propagating material and harvested material over a variety for a number of years. And here's utility patent, right? So we get the plant patent and utility patents. And there's a big history about, some patents were recognized in ancient Greece. And here's the, I don't want to click on it. Well, there's ancient Greece. Beautiful. And they tell you the Greek city. And the history goes way back, as you can see, about patents. So anyway, so here's the United States. The first Patent Act of the U.S. Congress was passed on April 10th, 1790, titled An Act to Promote the Progress of Useful Arts. The first patent was granted, and this is important, right? July 31st, 1790, to Samuel Hopkins for a method of producing potash. Potash, I guess, is potassium carbonate. A revised patent law was passed in 1793, and in 1836, a major revision to the patent law was passed. Okay, so basically, here's a lot of good stuff on patents. But again, with the Wikipedia, you got to be careful, as everyone knows. It has, could have some stuff that is not correct. But for the most part, you can always go to the U.S. Patent website and get information too. So this is good stuff on a patent. So here's enforcement, right? Patents can generally only be enforced through civil lawsuits for a U.S. patent. Okay, so I'm now at trade secrets. And a trade secret in Wikipedia, again, is a formula, practice, process, design, instrument, pattern, commercial method, or compilation of information not generally known or reasonably ascertainable by others, by which a business can obtain an economic advantage over competitors or customers. In some jurisdictions, such secrets are referred to as confidential information. A trade secret is information that is not generally known to the public, as we always talk about, like the Coca-Cola or any kind of formula, right, or recipe. Confers economic benefits on its holder because the information is not publicly known, and where the holder makes efforts to maintain its secrecy. Similarly, so I'll just jump ahead a little bit. Economic Espionage Act of 1996. There's always these new things you can learn. A trade secret, as defined here in the U.S. Code, has three parts: information, reasonable measures taken to protect the information, and which derives independent economic value from not being publicly known. Trade secrets are an important but invisible component of a company's intellectual property. Their contribution to a company's value measured as its market capitalization can be major. Being invisible, that contribution is hard to measure. Patents are a visible contribution, so there's invisibility that's involved, but delayed and unsuitable for internal innovations. Having an internal scoreboard provides insight into the cost of risks of employees leaving to serve on or start competing ventures.